This was exactly 1 year ago today, Bishop Robert Brennan being installed as the 8th Bishop of Brooklyn. And what a year it's been between the Synod and the Eucharistic Revival. He's made hundreds of visits to schools and churches. There have also been some challenges along the way, including COVID variants and inflation affecting parishes and the faithful. Joining us now to look back on 365 days as the shepherd of the Diocese of Brooklyn is Bishop Robert Brennan. Congratulations, Bishop.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
I'm glad to be with you today.
I'm so happy you're here.
This is a great day. It really is. And it's nice to reminisce over that day a year ago today.
It really is. I mean, it's hard to believe that it's been a year. How are you adjusted to your new role in the big city?
Oh, I would say so. It's an easy place to be at home here in Brooklyn and Queens. People are just warm. We tell it like it is in Brooklyn and Queens. Sure. And you just feel very, very much at home. Still trying to work around that traffic issue. I don't know. It's still.
Oh, boy, yeah. All those holiday shoppers, that's
right.
For sure. And exactly 1 year ago today, the two of us were sitting right here after you were installed. So let's take a look back quickly at your installation day.
On Friday, I went for a walk exploring the area, and I found myself midway along the promenade to the Manhattan Bridge, looking out over the Brooklyn Bridge, the skyline of lower Manhattan, and of course one of those ships on the water, and in the distance, the Statue of Liberty, a symbol of welcome, a symbol of hope for immigrants, and in some ways, an icon for this great diocese of immigrants.
Such great pictures. What goes through your mind when you reflect on that day?
Oh, actually,
I can see
looking
you're
at
getting emotional.
seeing the photos just brought back some beautiful memories of that day. A couple of comical ones. I mean, it just seems strange to be wearing a mask.
I know.
Oh man, we were just so accustomed to it, and it's only been a couple of months, and yet we were careful and didn't even know what we were walking into just a whole other round. And on November 30th of last year, everything seemed like we were moving forward, but we still had those masks on at certain times.
Absolutely. Always have to be careful, right? When you got here, it was the midst of the Synod process that must have helped you get acclimated to the diocese. I know you hit the ground running, visiting churches, visiting schools. What have you learned in the past year from those visits?
Okay. Exactly. Those Synod visits were so well timed for me, and Bishop Damasio had set it up in a very nice way. So we were at the diocesan phase, and they were organized according to the deaneries, which meant it got me into each neighborhood. So it would take me a while. It still has taken me time to get to all the parishes, but I've been to all the neighborhoods.
Wow.
You know, through that Synod process.
Right. Another thing that came out through the Synod process was we learned parishioners want more of a focus on the area's diverse population. And let's listen to Sister Marianne LaPiccolo, who's leading the diocese's Synod efforts.
The challenge is, how do we make this one parish community? And then how do we build community within the parish?
So what are some ways we can preserve the diocese's rich diversity and yet build a community at the same time?
We talk a lot about the rich diversity of this city and as a result of the church in the city. And as Sister Marianne pointed out, one of the things that I found that really was new to me, something of a surprise, was seeing the diversity within the parish. It's not like you have a Chinese-speaking parish, a Spanish-speaking parish, an English-speaking parish, and an Italian. I can think of one parish in particular where you have all of that in one the one place.
9 a.m. Chinese, 10 a.m. is
Exactly, exactly. And so there's a challenge, but there's also an opportunity in bringing everybody together. Diversity is good. It's important, but it's not the end. It's the unity that really matters. So we have unity in diversity. And, you know, in the church, we call that the power of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit builds unity out of diversity. That's written into some of our prayers.
You mentioned on your podcast, Big City Catholics, that while the Diocese of Brooklyn is old and has a long history, you're only the 8th bishop. So God willing, you'll be with us for a very long time. So what are some of your goals moving forward?
That is interesting, right? I think the first 3 bishops of the diocese spanned over 100 years. From 1853 to 1956, 3 bishops. So yeah, I guess, you know, in the next 15 years or so, I hope to continue to build it on that unity. I think one of the things we want to do is be able to live the gospel and proclaim the gospel boldly and joyfully in a world that so desperately needs to know Jesus Christ. I'm so glad for tools like DeSales Media of all the different ways, and some of the work of DeSales is becoming more important, and so we have some tools that we can use and tools that others have that we can build upon. The social media, you mentioned the podcast, trying to find new ways to evangelize, or even just to be together, just to talk to one another in a deeper way.
I love it, and I know all your podcast listeners love it. Bishop Robert Brennan of the Diocese of Brooklyn, thanks so much for being here. Congrats again.
Thank you. This is exciting. God bless.
Hi, I'm Christine Persichetti, anchor of Currents News. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button on this video. And if you want to see more content just like it, subscribe and click on the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching, because we are putting your faith in the news.